Hail adventurers, welcome back to the Wyvern's Lair. I am DM Wyvern, returning back to the grim dark future of the 41st millennium here at Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. I've been looking forward to heading back to this game for quite some time now. We're going to adjust the volume a wee little bit higher. We're going to go to 65%, apply that right there, and we're looking good. Let's go ahead and see who we have here at the beginning of this most recent tale in the Warhammer 40k universe. We're joined by Drake of the Wyvern's Lair, Knight of the Banhammer, Flint Fireforge, member of the Baldur's Gate Venturing Table, and Gabriel Rodriguez, also a Knight of the Banhammer, joining us all the way out there in beautiful Brazil. Welcome, Gabriel. Welcome, Flint. Let's go. I've been looking forward to heading back into Rogue Trader. Ever since last night, it was kind of a short playthrough. I was numbed up. I was not exactly in my best condition, but I'm refreshed and ready for more Rogue Trader. Let me go ahead and read this splash art. The Imperium's enemies wear a million guises, whether it be the traitorous heretic, the devious Xenos, or the spawn of chaos. Their fate is one and the same: to burn in the righteous flame of the God Emperor. Gabriel passed out on his bed. I've done that many a time too, Gabriel, on many a stream.
None shall stand in my way.
Let's take a look at what we have here. Generators hum softly. When you draw closer, your skin begins to tingle from static discharges. Let's see what we have down this way. The door to open. Oh!
I'll lay
Abelard
claim to the
teleport.
stars.
Where does this go? Okay, I don't think we need to go down that way. Let's see what we have here. Oh, interesting. So Abelard is leading us directly to there.
New challenge for me?
But before we do that, let's go and inspect this corridor. Fireforge says, "I'll be here till we leave for dinner. Wife wants a particular local Mexican place, so that's what we're doing." Smart to accommodate Mrs. Fireforge's culinary desires there, Fireforge. Happy wife, happy life. Gabriel says, "I'll be going to my niece's birthday party in a few minutes." Oh, that's good news, Gabriel. I hope you all have a great time, and happy birthday to your niece. Flint Fireforge says, "Are all the party members named NPCs in this one?" That is correct, aside from, of course, my character, which I was able to name. This room clearly does not serve as a stateroom. The generators, machines, and crude wall paneling indicate that it is a maintenance module room rather than an area for receiving guests. Let me go ahead and show you my character. So obviously, this is I'll go first my character, Wyvern. Fireforce, you can take a look. So we have characteristics, weapons, and skills. Characteristics are basically kind of like your character stats. Your two key weapon stats are obviously weapon skill, ballistic skill. Then you have strength, toughness, agility, intelligence, perception, willpower, and fellowship, which is basically your leadership ability. And you'll notice that depending upon the character background you pick, you get certain pluses and minuses. So you see -5 from Death Roll to Fellowship, +5 for Commissar. So they kind of cancel each other out a little bit. Death World, +5, Toughness Advancement +10, etc., etc. And then if I click here under weapons, you can see the two weapons I have equipped: well-maintained axe and an auto pistol. And then if I click here on skills, you can see all the skills that I have and the attributes they're tied to. So obviously I have very high strength and my athletics is quite high, but my intelligence isn't the greatest, so my medica and tech use are quite low. Then for named PCs, we have Abelard, Idira, and Argenta. And if I go here, doctrines are basically kind of like your class. So my character Wyvern's currently pursuing the fighter doctrine. We have Abelard pursuing the fighter doctrine. He can maybe like spec into assassin, vanguard, and hunter at some point. We have Idira, which is spec'd into the adept doctrine. And finally we have Argenta, which is spec'd into the marksman doctrine. Adventurers, please join me and greet our friend Cornelius Zubrikas. Carbon fiber strips, data conduit, cable coil, diamonds, diamantin armor plating, mono sharpened bayonets, and unholy daggers. Throw all that into the cargo. We'll take a look at this door. Interesting. We have goods here to take a look at. Lex Mechanic Goggles. This goggle grants a +3 bonus to logic checks. And a Machine Right set. A set of sacred oils and cognitograms that can appease the keeper of any technology. Provides additional opportunity to call out a machine spirit and interact with the device. An expendable item. So we'll take all that and put it into our inventory. We'll take a look at the logic. So let's see who has the most logic here. It's kind of a toss-up amongst all these characters. So let's go, Logic Imperium. We're going to throw it onto Argenta. There we go. Perfect. Since she actually benefits the most from logic boosting items. Take a look. Plasma conduits blaze with energy capable of powering a vast void ship. Okay. Cornelius says, please don't try to pronounce my surname. It's kind of weird unless it's a native speaker. Gotcha. Yeah, I took my best crack at it. Obviously missed.
You see that?
My apologies. Oh! Spot the secret door. Where? Here?
I won't tolerate weakness.
Where was the secret door? Where was the secret door? That's weird. I don't know what secret door they're talking about.
None shall stand
Probably
in my
that
way.
one that just opened. Maybe it's a bug of some sort. Anyway, we shan't worry. We're going to head over to the Lord Captain's quarters. And we have an opportunity to mess around with these auto pistols that were left behind. We're going to send it all to the cargo because it's not necessarily an upgrade. Off we go to the Lord Captain's quarters. Throw down a save game. Take a look around. We've entered the Lord Captain's quarters, who has been missing ever since the heretics began their riot aboard the Void Ship.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Yep. Little beta bugs here and there. Character teleporting across the screen, it seems. That can't be good. The parlor organ seems to have been sitting idle for many years.
Follow my lead.
Cool little parlor organ. So admire the artwork Owlcat put together for it. And there is the Lord Captain, aka the Rogue Trader. Seems to have been slain.
Prevails.
Theodora von Valencius' body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The Arch-Militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is lying on the floor by one of the bulkheads. Argenta, the Sister of Battle, surveys the scene, her gaze lingering on the Arch-Militant's body. Emperor, accept thy faithful souls. Let's take a look at this. Adepta Sororitas, the devout sisterhood who serve as the enforcers and defenders of the Adeptus Ministerium. Also known as the Sisters of Battle, the warriors of the Adepta Sororitas believe their faith to be a weapon far stronger than any steel. They strike their foes down with the holy trinity of Bolter, Flame, and Melta, fearlessly striding into battle, chanting hymns of praise, and calling upon the Emperor to aid them. Adira. No! Adira's heartrending scream shakes the walls. She collapses to her knees, her body shuddering as she weeps. Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this? Abelard, stunned, takes a few steps forward and then leaves heavily on the edge of the desk. His eyes are locked on Theodora's body. Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat Voitier. I'm gonna say, I doubt it. Voitier wished humiliation and suffering upon Theodora, not a swift death. Abelard says it could have happened in the heat of battle, not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last. How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Archmilitant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes. Adira sobs and gets up. She glances around looking lost. I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secret it holds. All right, let's take a look at Theodora's body. You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot, an extraordinarily accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced in life. Something on the floor catches your eye. A heap of blood-spattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. As you lean down for a closer look, you notice something else. Small shards of glass scattered on the floor. Inspect the shards by the desk. It is difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is as much as you can ascertain. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they've been submerged in promethium, a broad term for combustible fuel in the Imperium vat. Alright, inspect the papers. Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It is a handwritten letter signed with the initials X and C, and a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. Item received, handwritten letter with seal. Lore, Imperium check failed, but try as you might, you cannot recall its meaning. Okay. Adira, what do these shards tell you? Adira scoops up a handful of shards and clenches them in her fist with such strength that blood starts dripping on the floor. I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and... what is that? Ah, she shakes her hand, looking frightened. Something dark, enormous. Oh, Wyvern. This glass thing was something nasty, that's for sure. Argenta. Tainted witchcraft? You cannot tell if Argenta's remark is directed at the glass shards or Adira herself. Cornelia says, say no more, I'm already sending the virus bombs. Clearly, Cornelius, you know your Warhammer from your, I don't know, from your 40k. I'm going to say, examine the Archmilitant's body. An auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with blood, brain matter, and shards of his skull. The safety on the Archmilitant weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second faster than he. I'm going to say, Adira, would you try touching Theodora? You might be able to see the killer through her eyes. Adira's whole body shudders. It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's desk, I won't risk searching for it in the warp. Alright, we best be on our way. Argenta. Yes, crucible of battle calls to me once more. Adira. No, wait. We must see if we can find anything. Abelard. Adira. Abelard lays a hand on her shoulder. You can't bring her back. Let her go. Adira. You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you... Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain, and when I do... Adira clenches her fists. That scum will regret the day they were born. Kebabji says, good evening, sirs. Cornelius, your name sounds familiar. Did you ever watch von Karstein's streams? Kebabji and Cornelius, it's high time you both met each other. I think you guys must be being sarcastic given the fact that you are such a big part of Ragnarok Total War's community. Go ahead. I think I lost my live stream chat. There it is. All right. So let's go ahead and see what we can find here. The scene of the murder looks like something caught the dead by surprise. No one had time to react to what was happening. Theodora's Rosary. The wearer of this amulet gains a bonus to commerce and lore, equal to their FEL bonus. I don't know what that means. FEL. We got goods in this vault. Rogue Trader's Cloak. The wearer of this cloak gains +5 bonus to fellowship for each enemy in a 2-cell radius. Oh, interesting. Okay, take that. Go ahead and equip it. Who has the most? There we go. I guess I'm the one to wear it. I also think we can level up, so let's go ahead and see what we can do here. 2 ranks available. Okay, let's go ahead and rank up. So, what is this? Athletics. Increase the movement points of the fighter by 4. Choose talent. Choose skill. This gives a bonus to athletics. So let's go ahead and advance for now. And now we can choose talent. Critical hit chance. Whenever the fighters attack, they gain 1 stack of Epicenter of Slaughter until the end of combat. At the start of their turn, the fighter gains 1 temporary wound for each stack. These temporary wounds cannot exceed the fighter's toughness bonus. Oh, interesting. Why am I facing a debuff? Oh, because I'm wounded. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and close that because I didn't realize that I had been wounded. Let's find Abelard.
What advice do you seek?
Yep. Close. What I want to do is I want to click on Abelard.
Look no further.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Click here and why can't
someone else can do this?
Okay, let's get closer to Wyvern and now use it. I hope they fix that for full release. There we go.
Into the fray.
Excellent. Let's go ahead and complete our level up here. So yes, right now we get to choose. Reckless Fury. Chain Weapon Expert. Oh wow, that's kind of cool. Lots of cool little things we can choose here. This is obviously a bug of some sort. There should be some ability here. This is, of course, a closed beta. They are still making the game. Scroll back up. All right. Let's figure out what we're picking for our character. Deals additional agility bonus damage to enemies. Right, that's not exciting for us. 1 stack of epicenter of slaughter. Okay, what the heck is this? What is the epicenter of slaughter? What the heck is it? I have no idea what that is, but we're gonna pick it up. Why not? Why not? There we go. Fighter, so we picked up Epicenter Slaughter, which doesn't have that great of a description. All we know is that at the start of their turn, the fighter will gain 1 temporary wound for each stack. These temporary wounds cannot exceed the fighter's toughness bonus, but we have a pretty high toughness bonus, so hopefully we can get a lot done there. We also picked up, what is this? Advance. Increases movement points of the fighter by 4. And next we're also going to pick up Daring Breach. Fighter immediately restores all action points and movement points and gains additional movement points until the end of the turn, and doesn't lose movement points after performing attacks. This turn, fighter has no limit on melee weapon attacks. Whoa, that's really amazing. Choose a skill. We can't choose that. We're going to go ahead and invest further into athletics. And to summary. We're going to go ahead and apply selections. We're going to move over to Avallard now and get in selections for him. It'll probably be much the same. Next, and we're going to continue to invest in Carouse, so we have skills spread out. All right, Adept. This is going to be interesting. Adventurers, please join me in welcoming our great friend Isenbad to the Wyvern Slayer, saying Warhammer 40,000. Never heard of it. It's good to have you here, man. Yeah, getting a little bit of Rogue Trader closed beta here is on. I can't wait for this game to be in full release. Just getting through a level up here, so not a lot of very exciting things are happening on the stream at the moment. We're gonna go with let's see, base stat, Argenta, unsanctioned Psyker. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and invest in more warp, I think. Oh, interesting. Right, okay. Yeah, we're happy with that. I like to think of Adira having a great understanding of the warp, so we're going to go ahead and oh, we have another thing to select here. So let's see what's happening here. Okay, this skill represents knowledge about some of the most infamous warp entities and their twisted physical manifestations. Includes an understanding of the energy of the warp, its interaction, and interrelation with real space, and how its tides and eddies affect travel between the stars. You can see the B there is I don't know. It's like a heat shimmer almost. And we get a dismantling attack. The Adept immediately inflicts 1 stack of clue on all enemies in combat. The Adept makes a free attack against the target. It always hits. Until the end of combat, the target gains a minus 30% penalty to dodge and a minus 30% penalty to armor. That is fantastic. Garrus! Adventurers, please join me in welcoming Garrus to the Wyvern Slayer. I haven't seen you here in a while. Welcome, Garrus, aka Lizard Flame 1 out there in North Dakota. All right. Let's go with Tide of Excellence. I like that. When the adept triggers stacks of clues on enemies, the adept gains +1 damage and +2% armor penetration for every triggered clue stack until the end of combat. That could be kind of cool for us. So let's go with that. And, oh, we get to choose again. Or are we just bumping up the warp knowledge here, it seems. Okay. Sounds good. We're going to go ahead and apply selections. And now we're heading over to Argenta. So we got Marksman level up here. Gabriel Rodriguez says, now I've got to go. Bye, everyone. Adventurers, please join me in bidding a Wyvern's Lair farewell to our friend and Knight of the Banhammer, Gabriel Rodriguez. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great time at your niece's birthday party, Gabriel. All right. So, Marksman level up. So what do we got going here? Choose a talent. What are we choosing? Rapid reload. Reloads cost 2 action points less, min 1. The first reload in combat is free. Taste the pain. After the marksman deals damage to 3 different enemies, their next attack in combat will deal additional damage. Tag team, right? Unpredictable. Fired up. Each time the marksman deals damage, their critical hit damage is increased by 3% until the end of combat. Ooh. You know what? Let's go with fired up. Sure. Let's go with that. All right, and now we have choices to make here for skills. Lore Imperium. Oh, interesting. She has a background as a Ministorium priest, I guess. She's got a very high demolition skill. Doctrine and Advancement Marksman. Let's boost this up a little bit. And we have a choice to boost it to 55. Sure. We're going to have one person with a lot of lore, Imperial knowledge there. Excellent. All our level ups are done. Fireforge says, I'll catch up when we get back later, crew. Adventurers, please join me in bidding a Wyvern's Lair farewell to our friend and Drake of the Wyvern's Lair, Flint Fireforge. Have a wonderful evening getting dinner with your good wife and the Dwarvelings. Fireforge. Alright, let's take a look at the goods on the Archmilitant here. Captain Militant's helmet requires Imperialis Adherent. This helmet grants its wearer immunity to enemy critical hits for the first 3 rounds of combat. Can anyone do this? Nope. How about you? Nope. Nope, no one can wear this, I think. Oh, you can. Sure. We'll keep the helmet on Argenta, so she can wear it, it seems.
A new challenge for me?
We'll continue to investigate.
Run, fools, or fall!
Combat Servitor. Wow. All right, let's start off combat here. So let's get Evelard behind some cover, put Wyvern behind some cover too. Argenta. Adira, let's put you here. And Adira can go here. And that looks good. Let's start battle. Whoa.
Show your luck while you still draw breath.
Uh-oh. Adventurers, please join me in welcoming Kevin Lauder to the Wyvern's Lair. Kebabji says really lots of familiar people between this channel and Rags. There's a good reason for that. Kebabji, Ragnarok, and I are very good friends, and Ragnarok definitely helped introduce his great community to my channel in my early days. Anyway, off we go with the tutorial, light and medium armor. Armor protects the character from incoming damage. Light and medium armor types are available to you at the moment. The armor stat indicates what percent of the incoming damage from an enemy attack it can absorb. The type of armor also determines how successfully the character wearing it will make dodge checks. The higher the dodge penalty, the lower chance to dodge an enemy attack. A character in light armor dodges attacks more often, but takes more damage. Medium armor absorbs more damage if the character is hit, but reduces their mobility and ability to dodge attacks. Some talents allow characters to use different types of armor more effectively. Okay. There we go. Kebabji says, DMY, but theoretically speaking, would you give Rag a kiss on the cheek if you were really drunk? I wouldn't even need to be drunk to give Rag a kiss on the cheek. Kebabji. Alright, so let's figure out what we're doing here. Let's look at the turn order. Argenta's next. So actually, let's see if we can get in a charge. I cannot get in the charge on that character, it seems. I'll move here 3. And I'll risk taking an attack by that creature there. Well, let's see. How far does this go? Yeah. 10? Whoa. That looks more like it.
A
So
tactically sound approach.
I got scratched by that guy, no problem, but I can make the charge here. So let's see. So let's go ahead and charge. Ah, okay, I get it now. Let's charge.
At your beck and call.
Whoa, this guy is really tough. This guy is tough, tough, tough. Cost 1. Cost 2 action points. So let's go ahead and get in. That's 1. So we can do this. So we're gonna do Reckless Strike. So let's go and Reckless Strike this.
Victory is imminent.
And now we should be able to hit him with that
Indeed.
single strike. Oh my gosh. Not good at all. Wow, this thing is super tough. What is going on with this thing? Alright. Holy guacamole. What is this thing? Why can't we do any damage to it? Heavy damage. Servitor chance to hit and HP are greatly reduced. What is this thing? 30 hit points out of how many? 16, 6, 16, 6, 6. Okay, I'm next. So let's continue to put some work here. You know what? Let's whittle down the rest of the opponents here. So let's first of all, let's step here. Let's charge.
All too easy. Nothing of value has been lost.
Excellent. And can we get shots off on this guy? 30%. Let's see if a single shot's 60%. Let's do
Nothing
60%.
I can't do.
We'll take the 1 damage. Let's see. We'll go ahead and end turn. Alright. Your character will encounter enemies with different abilities, skills, and aptitudes. The status icon next to the portrait of the enemy indicates that they are under the influence of some kind of effect. Click right mouse button on the icon to learn more. If you want to study the enemy and their abilities, Click right mouse button on their approach rate. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's see. What do we want to use here? Heroic Acts. We can't seem to trigger it though. Okay, here we go. We're gonna try to experiment with shot on the run. And we're gonna move here. I really hope this works out. Why?
I will not.
Oh no, I messed that up. Okay, so
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
we'll take a little bit of damage, but now we can open fire, which is what we wanted. And so we
Doubt
shall.
is for the weak.
That worked out beautifully. All hail the Omnissiah, Cornelius. That is what we were looking for. Watch this. And we still have one last shot. 71%. That's going to work.
Eradicated.
Eradicated. And we just wiped the board with these noobs. That is what I call round Argenta Chef's Kiss. All right. Adira's up now herself. Let's see, what can we do? Okay, that's not going to really... What is this? Okay, we're not going to use any of the lightning abilities. That's actually better against multiple targets. But we can use this. Hopefully it will do some good damage for us.
Anything else?
Psychic Scream. 2 damage. Wow. Oh, that's good damage to the Servitor. We like it. Uh-oh. Holy guacamole! Ow, that hurts. Alright, analyze the combat to succeed in the next battle. All actions performed by your character, the companions, and enemies are recorded in battle log in the lower right corner of the screen. Whoa! Combat Servitor absolutely splattered us with his melty gun. Abelard's not looking too good. In fact, I don't think Abelard can take another shot like that, so we're going to pull back with Abelard. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and use this, brace for impact. I'm not so sure if that worked properly. And then we're going to... You can get to cover. And end turn. Wyvern still is largely undamaged, so can we... Let's go ahead and mark him. So we're using Let's Give Them Hell. The next Commissar's single shot or single target melee attack applies the following effects. Targeted enemy becomes marked. The ally who killed the marked enemy gains an additional turn after the current one. Oh, I see. That's actually not too good for us. That wasn't a great ability to use. Can we charge this target? We can.
Suits my purposes.
4 damage, we'll take it. We'll also try to hit him with our sword. 6 damage. Excellent. The combat servitor is not looking good. Argenta's up. So let's go ahead and go shot on the run. And we can get really up close to this this thing here. And we can get off 2 good shots. 65.
Faith
We're going to go for it.
is worthless.
Excellent. We'll try this. I wonder how much damage we can do. No, I don't want to risk it. Let's go ahead and use another single shot.
I'll do it.
Miss. Oh well, we're still happy with that. And turn. We have Adira up. Hopefully we can destroy this thing. Wow, not much damage there. Also not much damage there. We'll take it. We'll take the damage. Psychic Shriek. 22, 19. Let's give some bonus to Wyvern there. And then Psychic Shriek, you. 1 damage. We'll take it. Take it. Excellent. That thing's almost down. 5 hit points with the combat servitor. It's gonna hurt. Okay. Can we... Let's move out with Abelard.
Follow my lead.
Let's charge. That might be enough to take him out. Wow, almost. So let's go ahead and use Reckless Strike.
At your beck and call.
And then we're going to use Strike itself.
Victory
to take
is
him out.
I took care of this one.
Kebabji says, DM Wyvern, does this game have any cool Slaaneshi mechanics incorporated that you know of? They're my favorite faction. Yes, there is kind of a Slaaneshi mechanic involved. You can, throughout the game, you can make certain choices for your rogue trader that basically allow you to walk down the path of chaos. You get certain benefits and, of course, certain drawbacks. So you are tempted to turn to the Chaos Gods, and that's a very Slaaneshi thing. Grace of the Oblivious. The wearer gains +5 toughness if their int is less than 35. That's good for me. So we're gonna... Wait, what does this mean? Okay, that looks good. Oh, that was an unexpected combat. We have a wound on Abelard.
Is always there for
So hopefully he can heal himself. With the med kit. Cornelia says, heresy, I sentence you to touch grass.
I won't tolerate weakness.
And I think we've exhausted what we can explore in this room. So let's go and take a look at what we have here. Lore Imperium checks. You are good at Lore Imperium, so we'll put this there. You are pretty dumb, so we'll try to equip this on you. And there we go, excellent. Nice and tough. We have these floating around. Logic. You actually have a fair amount of logic, I think. So we'll just throw it on you, because why not? There we go. On Adira. Go ahead and drop a save. And to the Void Ship Bridge we go. So obviously the void ship is the scene of a climactic battle between the void ship defenders and the cultists that have overrun us. Low capacity fuel tank and reinforced thermoplast all go to the cargo. The trophies are packed as cargo. All right. Reach the void ship. Rogue trader Theodora von. We missed that. Edelthrad looks somewhat harrowed, but is still in one piece. He glances at you, then over your shoulder, clearly alarmed. Wyvern, why are you here? Wyvern, you are here. But where's the Lord Captain? I'm going to say Theodora von Valencius is dead. I found her and the Archmilitant in her study. Kebab says, oh no, the animations need some work, and Cornelius says, well, it's not a AAA game. I will say, Kebab and Cornelius, it's important for you both to know that this is not a full release game. This is the closed beta for Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, so it doesn't represent final quality. Edelthrad's eyes widen. God Emperor, preserve us. The Rogue Trader is dead. The ship has lost her Lord Captain, and the house its head. Edelthrad shudders and grabs his shoulder. As you watch, the sleeve of his doublet bursts open, and 2 bone growths pierce through the fabric. No matter what ritual Conrad is performing here, the warp is too strong. I can't withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. As the warp rings in the air, this is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity is victorious. Adira looks anxiously at Edelthrad, then she glances back at you. I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. Changes are already accelerating. And now I'm going to weigh in as the Commissar. I forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only by resigning to your fate will you truly suffer defeat. Argenta says, words worthy of a righteous soul. Adira says, save the lofty words for later. The navigator is ready to take the ship out of the warp if he gets some help from the bridge. Edelthrad stares at you, and his eyes harden with cold resolve once more. And we have no right to bow our heads. You see Conrad Goiter clearly in the gloom of the bridge. He is holding the now familiar broken blade stained with dark drops that seem to have a pearlescent glimmer to them. Edelthrad. We are out of time. Edelthrad bites his knuckles, desperately thinking. You can now see you can see how a wave runs through the whites of Edelthrad's eyes. They begin to fill with a sickly yellowness. I'm going to say to the party, ready your weapons. We are to die this day. Let us die with honor. Edelthrad says, no, Wyvern. To die altogether is to allow the flame of the dynasty to perish in the dark. No, it will not be like this. Not today. Edelthrad lowers his head. Then he sighs and locks eyes with you, his gaze cold, haughty, and fanatical. The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm, and farewell. Edelthrad, accursed traitor, a time will come when you will bleed for her ladyship, Theodora's murder. Remember my words, for they are the vow of he who marches towards his death. Conrad, Goiter, what? Theodora is dead? Goiter stares at you in seemingly genuine bewilderment. No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't... Oh,
the
wow.
heretic to live.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Wow. Let's read this. Ethelthrad's reckless bravery cost him his life. He died trying to disrupt Conrad's ritual, put the creature the Psyker has turned into out of its misery. Adventurers, speaking of, the legend himself has graced us here at the Wyvern's Lair. Please extend a Wyvern's Lair welcome to none other than Ragnarok Total War. Saying, isn't that the dude from Street Fighter? Izan says, I hate it when that happens. Alright. Prepare for battle. Place the characters in their positions to see what we got. Chaos Spawn, 175 hit points. Heretic Cutthroat, Heretic Cutthroat, Heretic Cutthroat. Lots of Heretic Cutthroats. Well, a good number of them, in fact. Oakley dokes. So, yeah, let's start in some cover. Wherever we can find it. Jeez. It's gonna be a hard combat. I don't know what the heck. A Chaos Spawn, I'm guessing, is something we want to shoot at and not engage in melee, right? I don't want to be too close to that business, honestly. Argenta, put you a little back. And we'll put you here, Adira, and start the battle. Whoa, oh.
My passion has failed me.
Wow. Okay. Chaos Spawn deals 0 damage, reduced to Avalar. Damage result 1. So it actually does have ranged abilities, it seems. Okay, so yeah, let's start doing some damage on this thing. I definitely want to get in as many attacks as I can. What's my 64% right there? So yeah, let's go ahead and trigger a shot on the run. Take a look at my percentage, 65, not great. Let's move a little closer. Sure, let's move here. Now let's take a look at my percentage now. Still 55. Oh my goodness. How about this? 85%. 5%. Let's do this.
Justice for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's death.
Oh, that worked out very well. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Ow.
Curse you, miscreant!
Oh, I see what it did. It consumed one of the heretics to get a move on me. Well, poop. And of course it closed the distance on Argenta, so now Argenta can't fire. Can I dash? I can.
I'll do it.
And I can still take one more shot on this thing. Miss, unfortunately. And that's going to be my turn. Wowzers. Kebab says, DMY, will you come back to this game after it releases? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Without a doubt. So I need to actually get rid of these heretics as fast as I can. Let's move here.
I know what is to come.
And let's try this. Oh my gosh. That was kind of scary. But also not really great. I wish I got more value out of it. We're going to do forewarning on DM Wyvern because he is not looking good. And turn. We could lose this combat. Because DM Wyvern just absolutely got trashed by this thing. I don't see how we take... Oh, we have to kill all these heretics first. That's very clear. That is very clear now. So let's do that.
Just a minor setback.
Charge.
It will be done. One, you are target.
And end turn. Oh, holy moly, this is going to be painful. Sure, let's move this way. Kebabji says, alright, I'm off. Good luck. Also, have a good weekend, chat. Adventurers, please join me in bidding Kebabji a Wyvern's there for a while. Thank you for dropping by, Kebabji. Always good to see you here. Let's get some damage in on these heretic cutthroats. Can I charge?
Already done.
I can. Oh, no, short. But it's okay. I don't mind getting a little closer. Miss on Wyvern, good. Dodge on Abelard. Oh no. Okay, Argenta, you are not going to mess around with that thing. Man, Argenta can't really do much here, can she? We're just going to have to skip our turn here, I think, with Argenta. I'm worried about triggering your action from that Chaos Spawn. Let's see what that Chaos Spawn, what does it say? Energy boost. This creature's movement points are increased by 4 for every devoured ally. Got you. Got you. Alright, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try it.
As
Here we
the
go.
Emperor commands,
You can do worse, but not by much.
Oh my gosh. I just dealt a lot of damage to poor Abelard. Some shots are able to pierce enemies through and deal damage not only to them, but also the character standing behind them. The armor penetration parameter is found on most weapons and affects how much damage the target takes, as well as determines the chance of over-penetration. Some weapons have the over-penetration parameter, which depends on the type of weapon, the value of the armor penetration parameter, and the character's talents. So obviously I definitely over-penetrated. Abelard basically is looking dead, along with poor old Wyvern there. I'm still going to risk it one more time. Oh my gosh.
Not dead yet.
Wow.
should have fought toward that. Why did I not foresee this?
Oh, we're losing this combat.
Whispers. Get
Can I
louder. Emperor, protect the fallen.
Wow. Adira's down. That's interesting. Ragnarok says maybe try catching it and recruiting it to your party. Oh, that'd be quite the thing, right? Recruiting a Chaos Spawn like this into the party. Almost as good as DM Wyvern the Bear in your War Tales playthrough, Ragnarok. But I've definitely lost this fight. I've definitely lost this fight. I don't see how I get through this successfully. Here's old DM Wyvern, not looking good. In charge here.
Not a problem for me. You didn't stand a chance.
Excellent. That's all we can really do. Can I fire on this thing? Nope. And turn. Oh no!
I will avenge you.
Complete. Right, okay. We're gonna end our turn here.
It's nothing.
10 damage. And that's game over, I think. Yeah, load last save. Wow. Wow. Holy smokes. That's a wild encounter. Here we go, back to the void ship.
Time.
I should have dropped the save. I'm gonna grab all these things. Ragnarok says, shoot, did you finish the Witcher DM Wyvern? I missed the finale. Hardly. Hardly. Plenty more
The
Witcher to go.
whispers told me how.
Alright, lore warp check succeeded. The horrific vision is a product of the warp energies that cremate the bridge. Okay.
Victory
We have to go through this
awaits.
cutscene once more. Can we escape past it? Can we click through it? Nope, we have to watch the cutscene all the way through. Ragnarok, you want to hang out with me on Discord? If you're not busy? Let me know. Alright, so... Right, I found the Archmilitant dead. We are getting the finale to Baldur's Gate tomorrow for sure, Ragnarok. Alright, we're just going to click through this. Alright. Ready your weapons, men and ladies.
Feel my wrath.
Ruh-roh. Okay, start. So first of all, let's go ahead and drop a save. We cannot. So let's think. We want to actually be as close to this thing as we can get, because we want to take out as many of those guys as we possibly can. So let's go ahead and get set up here. Sure. Start battle. Okay, that's tolerable damage. Ow. Okay. Oh no.
Stop it!
Okay, Argenta. What is Argenta gonna do? 15 and 15. Okay, so we're gonna move here with Argenta. Actually, we're gonna move here.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
We'll take an attack of opportunity, which is gonna deal a lot of damage to us. And then we're gonna do our best to blow these guys. Uh-oh. Didn't mean to do that.
Doubt is for the
More
weak.
like it. Oh no. We missed one of those guys. Anyway, that's the end of her turn. Dodge, excellent. Alright, Adira's up. Let's move here. Let's see lightning.
Will do. My precious
Oh, perfect.
failed me.
Perfect. That's what we wanted. Alright, let's get forewarning up on poor old Wyvern here, who's really banged up. Azan says, right, going to bed. I'll catch the previous vid soon. Good luck, Azan. Thank you so much for being here. Have a good rest, sir, out there in UK. Hope all's well with your family and yourself. I'll try to catch up with you sometime soon. All right. We're gonna have to eat attack of opportunity.
From the ashes,
What?
I will rise.
What the heck? It devoured something. This combat's like super crazy hard. I don't know what to do. Huh. I am at a loss. We're gonna dash. Can I dash here?
I'll do it.
Excellent. That avoids an attack of opportunity. We'll go ahead and take a single shot here. Damn it.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Get one more shot in.
Eradicated.
Excellent. And turn. We're losing this too. We're losing this battle too for sure. Okay. Psychic Scream.
That is not my destiny.
Momentum isn't low enough to... Okay, I don't know. Where is this? Momentum. A special combat resource required for using the unique abilities called Heroic Act in Desperate Measure. These abilities can only be used once per round for the entire party, and once per battle for each character. We're almost at a momentum threshold here. So let's see. So let's move down here. Let's move down here.
Cover me.
Let's try an attack. Oh, that's gonna use up. Okay. Well, whatever. And that's it. We can't unfortunately use an attack, which is annoying. But so be it. Wyvern's up. Let's move this way.
My tactics are flawless.
Oh yeah. There we go. That's excellent. Get my ass kicked every which way. We're going to charge.
Nothing of value has been lost.
We're almost through with all the heretics. Alright. Momentum. To use unique abilities called Heroic Act and Desperate Measure, momentum's required. Depending upon the actions of your party in combat, the momentum bar will fill or deplete. A high momentum value allows the character to use the Heroic Act ability. A low value grants access to Desperate Measures. Both abilities can completely change the course of battle, but every party member can only use one of them, and only once in a single combat. Great. So we got, what is this? Daring. Fighter really restores all action points and gains additional... Okay. We're going to need to hold on to that, because that thing can still heal up. Well... Okay, yeah, we're going to... We're just gonna end our turn.
I've suffered worse.
No, we're not doing well at all. So let's move
My
here.
place is at the fore.
Let's charge
Indeed. I took care of this one.
and turn.
Martyrdom.
Only one to go. Oh no.
Time to redouble our efforts.
I will take all of you with me.
Oh man. Character has lost consciousness. Their wounds have dropped to 0. While the character is unconscious, they can no longer participate in combat and cannot be revived. After the combat, the character will wake up and receive a fresh injury, which can be healed with a medikit or by resting on the ship. Okay. Not a problem. Let's go ahead and Psychic Scream you to death. And turn.
High momentum.
Holy guacamole. Here we go. So, let's see. We're gonna have to just save all of that. We're gonna use our. Whew. Let's move here.
Let's see how they respond to this.
Let's charge.
Suits my purposes.
Okay. Then let's. %58%. Let's try it out. I want to see how this works.
Nothing I watch and learn.
Oh, that worked very well. Let's go ahead and use Daring Breach.
My time is now.
Okay, maybe we can pull this off.
Suits my purposes.
1,
Not
2,
a problem for me.
3,
Suits my purposes.
4,
Too easy.
and that's it. 53 hit points. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let's move
Tried
here.
and tested tactics are the best ones.
Charge.
At your beck and call.
16 damage. It's now at 37 hit points. Let's go and whack this thing. 21 hit points.
Ugh, my ears are ringing.
How could it happen?
Another voice to join my choir.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow.
What a
Psychic
choir.
Scream. 8 hit points. Can we do anything? Anything at all? Forewarning on
Will
you.
do.
And turn.
I'll be back. In no time.
Alright,
Such
here we
is
go.
their will.
Question is, how much damage will this do? There's a very high chance we'll kill this thing. But there's also a chance we may not. Let's see. 7 to 11. Those are better odds. I'll take it. I just hope I don't miss. We did it. Wow. Do you guys like that, Cornelius? Cornelius is like...
I'm at your service.
That was amazing. That was very, very fun. Holy guacamole. Jeez Louise. That was quite the combat.
Field medicine at its finest.
Oh, I can't actually heal that. So we had traumas. We crippled arm. So let's go ahead and look at these traumas that our characters have gotten since they were down in combat. This creature's weapon skill and ballistic skill are reduced by -10. Can be removed and fully healed in the rogue trader's private quarters on the void ship. And over here we have this creature's strength and toughness are decreased by -20 for broken ribs. Action points reduced by -1. Again, needs to be healed in the rogue trader's private quarters. And finally we have a crippled arm, which we've already read through. Cornelius says, I can't laugh because of other people in the house. But, take a look at what we have here. Auto pistol, that can go to the cargo. We got goods. Gloves of Endurance. Whenever the wearer of these gloves gets an injury or falls unconscious in combat, their allies gain +1 damage bonus. Mysterious Sword Handguard. Wraithbone handguard of a sword crafted by Aldari weaponsmiths. Its pommel is adorned with an uncanny eye that exudes an aroma of corruption. Interesting. And a mysterious sword shard. Very cool. We'll accept all these things. The Emperor does protect. Agreed. That was amazing. That was an amazing fight. I'm so very glad we got through it the way we did. I thought we were going to lose. I'm like, yep, this fight is lost. But the Emperor prevails.
Follow my lead.
All right. Now where to go next? Bridge office. What did he say? He's kind of like me. Amazed that we won. There we go. Ah, we can open it up like this. Perfect. I like that. We won? We won! That was exactly my reaction too. Just read it as Eldar. You're right. That was how silly of me to use Games Workshop's, you know, copyright protected version of their. I mean, Eldar should be copyrighted too. I'm guessing. Master Helmsman Ravor. That's the man we're looking for. Abelard, Ravor, Master Helmsman. System status report. Master Helmsman Ravor, by the Emperor. It's the Seneschal, living and breathing. The white-haired man with sickly pale skin salutes you. Well, there's a tricky question. The whole place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing off the vid screens for throne knows how long. I'm gonna say, how did you people survive in here? Master Helmsman Ravor. The man glances around the bridge. Must have been Providence. It better have been the Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the ones with the Master of Whisperers, some officers charged them, but it wasn't even a fight. I grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the cogitators and then prayed for our rescue. We need to re-establish contact with the Navigator's Sanctum. It is our only chance of escaping from the warp. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills with voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking. Abelard, restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. Abelard pauses for a few seconds before turning to you. Wyvern, you may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valencius. You may not be Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence. He directs your attention upward to the throne that sits at the apex of the tall staircase. I'm going to say, what must I do? Master Helmsman Ravor, take the Lord Captain's seat, order the final preparations. Wait for the officer to report. Bah, blast it all to the void. Translation's a craft, not something to be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, Master Wyvern. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Please, hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk. I am ready to begin the ritual. Zinch. Again. Edge of Daybreak. A vision of unimaginable vileness. That's so cool that you called it, Cornelius. A vision of unimaginable vileness appears before your eyes. The flickering image shifts and wavers as if the azure-feathered creature is constantly changing while still remaining the same. One of its eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire. The other, the vessel of ancient evil, bores into you. Its voice seems to seep directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears. Edge of Daybreak. Mortal, who are you to oppose the very flows of fate? The creature bends its neck, studying you. For but a moment you feel as if it is wary of you. It matters not. Your footfalls are an echo of the sand pouring between the scales. Your hopes and faith are my mockery. I'm going to say, I have already resisted the temptation of the warp once. Whatever you are, you will not cloud my mind with a new illusion. Edge of Daybreak. The creature hisses almost painfully, as if wounded by your words. Resisting the inevitable means only that realization in submission will bring greater torment. There is no power that can hinder the flows of fate. The demon peers into you. Your head begins to spin. Your stomach turns, and viscous drops slither down your cheeks. This shard of reality drifting through my domain is merely the arena for the one who dared to vie for the favor of the gods. The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy to procure that which elevates a mortal above others, a relic that could serve the Edge of Daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen, and yet you broke the unbreakable. The aspirant was defeated, and thus gave birth to a new aspirant. Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I see you on the day when the final dawn rises over the metal world, when the gates of the realm of the sorcerer open and set the truth free. I see you at my side on the day I rise again. I am the will of the Weaver of Destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. That thread will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility, the thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return. The demon reaches towards you and sinks a ghostly claw into your chest. A terrible cold binds your body, and a cavalcade of hazy glimpses of a future yet unknown passes before your eyes. A flash of crimson, purple. The images replace one another in a violent kaleidoscope without ever letting you get a proper look at them. The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine, says Edge of Daybreak. Master Helmsman Ravor. Ravor turns around and looks at you. He hesitates for a few moments, then addresses Abelard, who is standing next to you. Seneschal, the Navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means... Abelard nods absently. The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the von Valencia's flagship. We will honor his memory along with that of all who died this day. Master Helmsman Ravor. Ravor does not look away. He's giving you a hard stare. His white brows furrowed. Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where is the Lord Captain? Abelard. It takes time for Abelard to respond. You watch as he grits his teeth, unable to bring himself to say anything. Finally, he adjusts his blood-stained coat, straightens and begins to speak. First Officer Abelard Werserian is authorized to inform the officers, it's my greatest regret and indelible sorrow to inform you of the untimely passing of Lord Captain Theodora von Valencius, rogue traitor in the service of the Imperium. May her memory never fade in the annals of the dynasty. After waiting out the first wave of shock cries, Abelard glances at you and continues. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision, it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valencius is Wyvern von Valencius, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade and the title of rogue traitor. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, Abelard stops short and glares fiercely at the confused officers. You lost your tongues? Hail your lord! It is because of his toils that we all still live. The Seneschal turns to you. He looks at least half a decade older. The deed is done, Wyvern. My apologies. I meant to say, Lord Captain. And that's right, Zinch is just laughing in the background, the Weaver of Fates. Abelard. Deep shadows of weariness can be seen on Abelard's face, though the old officer's eyes are keen. They rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters, then nods to himself. Well then, your lordship. You had us worried for a few hours there. Abelard offers a thin smile. But after witnessing you fearlessly rush into the fray on deck, the only thing that surprises me is how long you stayed on your feet. Your strength only left you once the fighting was all over. Such fortitude is most admirable in the Lord Captain. The medics only just saved you in time. Luckily, one of the healers remembered the existence of a long-forgotten augment station in storage. The blessings of the Omnissiah saved your life. Some of your internal organs had to be replaced with implants. The good news is that we now have the capabilities to install augmentations of any complexity. The Seneschal then mutters to himself, I swear, sometimes it seems new compartments spring up on the ship of their own volition. Augmentation, a mechanical or electronic cybernetic substitute for biological limbs or organs. Replacements for damaged or diseased parts of the body, which improve on the abilities and powers of the human body and even extend life. All members of the Adaptus Mechanicus replace their impure flesh with sacred technology. But for most others, a bionic replacement is most often a necessity due to injury or occupation. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by the deputy's deputy's deputy, while others go unfilled entirely. And now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless cruise. I'm going to say, what is on the agenda for this meeting? Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates from across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort. Even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system you are currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have the honor of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. I'm going to say, how did we come to lose so many officers? Abelard says it appears the heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly whom they were looking for and where they could be found, which is unsurprising, given that their informant on board was their own master of whispers. Abelard grimaces. I am ready to start the briefing. Summon the officers. With a gesture, Abelard relays the order to the adjutants at the far end of the magnificent chamber. A dozen pair eyes bore into you. Or it should say, dozens of eyes bore into you. I don't know. I'm not a writer. The expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention, officers. You have been granted an honor. Lord Captain Wyvern von Valentius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. I'm going to say, perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard. As you wish, your lordship. Abelard points to a tall, slender woman, whose body seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. Vigdis Suri Ota, of the Ptoleman line, our new Voxmaster. Voxmaster Vigdis. It's an honor to serve you, your lordship. The Voxmaster offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel, you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Beside her is Ravor, Master Helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. The bearded man with pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes, and a dour expression that seems hardwired to his face gives a sullen nod. Hey, Lord Captain. This here ship as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. And lastly, our high factotum, Janris Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. Janris, dressed in an embroidered jacket, the heavy-set man with oiled hair offers a ubiquitous smile and bows. It is an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort, and everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard. The Infernus Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship. And lastly, the Engine Master, servant of the Omnissiah. The 3 officers salute you. The Infernus Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Engine Master offers a salute resembling a dance, involving the complicated manipulation of the tech priest's mechandrites. A tentacle-like robotic limb prosthetic surgically attached to the spine. Let's say, is that everyone? Vox Master. Unfortunately, our choir master, the esteemed Zachariah Weiss, head of the Astropath section, is unable to join us. He is in charge of communications with distant star systems. Master Weiss has been in a trance for some time now, attempting to contact other planets in the Von Valencia's protectorate and inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Conrad Viter's treachery. I will deliver a report to your lordship on the Astropath's progress as soon as it is possible to do so. Abelard. All others present are adjutants, secretaries, and deputies. They are here to make a record of proceedings. Okay. I wish to hear of the Infernus Master's report. Faisal Nalzi. Yes, Lord Captain. The tall, young man bows his head in deference. I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment in terms of material losses and crew casualties have been completed. The results have been submitted to the Seneschal and the High Factotum. Abelard. The post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master and his next 3 deputies expired in line of duty. Abelard remarks in a low voice pitched for your ears only. This lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. High Factotum, what have you to report? Generous. We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no investment from your lordship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the tech priest's hands for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately, this number is confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced. Sorry, it should read, and unfortunately, this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Rycat Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system in fact, belongs to the Winterscale Rogue Trader dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Abelard says especially true given Caligros Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planets, rumbles Abelard, frowning. Engine Master, I'll hear from you now. The voice, distorted by a Vox retranslator, emerges from under the tech priest's scarlet hood. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thank the Omnissiah, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger of machine spirits. A spirit believed by the adherents of the cult Mechanicus to inhabit and control any technology in existence. Warp engine. Take a look at this. Oh, it just draws us over to the warp. Okay. Zira Taller. With great sorrow, I must also report that the chief engine seer, overseer, and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little detestable flesh that remained part of him. A most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement, and as soon as possible. I see, thank you. Zira Taller, Techniques bows her head. Master Helmsman. Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? The Master of Ordnance gives you a gloomy look. No, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told. But just ask anyone. You've got no able crew. No, Lord Captain. Abelard says, Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? Says Ashar Natalomo. Comes the officer's hostile and bitter reply. It is as if a dam has burst inside and all his pent-up emotions are rushing out of him. The ship's in ruins, every second officer's dead, and now we've got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to Void knows where. Abelard says, Silence! The bridge's magnificent glass planes seem to tremble on the force of Abelard's roar. Enforcers, seize this mutineer. Abelard grunts. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all. Your lordship, I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance, the former Master of Ordnance, I should say, besides find a replacement, that is, for we already have one lined up? Imperialis, of course, execute him. Abelard nods stiffly. Consider it done. Take him away. The brittle laughter of the Master of Ordnance reverberates around the bridge as he is led to his fate. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. Helmsman Ravor. Right you are, Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, outlook is bleak. The ship's sound, more or less, but without our chief engineer and navigator, who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as a toe inside the warp, I don't know what will happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkheads. Boxmaster Suri, your lordship, if you will allow me to interject, when we arrived in the system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all the available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilite station. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. Helmsman Ravor, if I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. And slightly less shitty news, we can go around and round the system till our heads are swimming, as long as the promethiums and supplies last. If any thickest Grok's shit lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out, so don't you worry on that score. To summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members and we require a new chief engineer and navigator. Is this all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Abelard, precisely, Lord Captain. But bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship is in need of serious repairs which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But we will never reach Footfall without first solving these three immediate problems. What can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? I cede to the Voxmaster on this point. Mr. Stolleman, Voxmaster Suri, we are in the Rykad star system and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in the system, and our attempt to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer. It seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system. And Rykad Venoris itself is also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. Augurs. Sensor technology that allows voyages to scan planets, spot enemies, and obtain various other kinds of crucial data at great distances. Abelard. The situation is not very encouraging. But without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere, and therefore we must go to the planet and the Nova Snowblight Station and find out what in the void is going on. Thank you all for your reports. Dismissed. The assembled officers salute you as one. Abelard, your lordship, there is one other thing, a confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, Abelard hesitates, your eternally esteemed predecessor brought the ship here to this system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything. And I shall tell you. The Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, and the chief architect of his will in the Cronus Expanse, Lord Inquisitor. The Inquisition. The secret organization tasked with hunting down the myriad threats to the stability of the Imperium and all mankind. The Inquisition uses any and all means to exterminate the corruption caused by the forces of chaos, heretics, mutants, or aliens. Any of the Imperium's many fighting forces may be pressed into the service of an Inquisitor. The greater the perceived threat to humanity, the greater are the forces gathered to fight it. Hand. Alright. I came across a strange handwritten letter on Theodora's desk. It was signed XC. You were referring to the contents of that note, I presume? Abelard says, yes, quite right. XC. Xavier Calcazar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Hanrix von Kalox. An interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in the system, and we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furibunda system. Finding him without any information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Snowblight or the governor of Rika Venoris, may know something. Footfall. The massive void port on the edge of the Cronus Expanse, a notorious hotbed of vice, trade, and rogue trader intrigue. For rogue traders and their agents, Footfall has many uses beyond those of a simple port. They come here to learn about competing interests, find an array of illegal services, gather new recruits, or participate in deadly intrigues. It is also a place where a vessel can take refuge to refit and repair damage. Abelard. That is all of it, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon, you must take up the reins of the von Valencia's protectorate. Abelard gives you another scrutinizing look, as if trying to gauge how long you will hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly, and it seems he is about to offer some words of encouragement. Abelard. Adira. Sister Argenta. Explain yourselves. The Sister of Battle grimly nods towards Adira. The Psyker is suffering some ailment, or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a brief moment, Sister Argenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Talk with me when you'll have time, rogue trader. Adira's mutant eyes rove over those assembled. One word bursts from her lips. Daybreak. I'm going to say, Adira, come to your senses. Adira, damn it! Presses her fingers to her temples in desperation. Your lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way, and I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it's dawn? And it's ringing, and ringing like an echo, like a bell. Abelard. We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mr. Saus? No, not yet anyway, says Adira. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make sense of any of it. As soon as I know or sense something, I'll report it, alright? Alright, if there's nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It is time to get to work. Alright. Let's open up this thing. There I am. Let's drop a save. Can I level up my character? The rogue trader with their eyes gain plus 10% chances to survive with one wound instead of falling unconscious. Interesting. Does it indicate? Oh, there it does indicate. Imperialis. Belief in the holiness and infallibility of the laws of the Imperium, adherence to the precepts of the God Emperor, the Holy Chosen Ones, carrying out his will to the unreasonable masses, hatred to the enemies of the enemies of mankind, be they traitors, heretics, xenos, or servants of chaos. And Hereticus. Devotion to the corruption and taint of the warp, in the form of submission to the basest and darkest impulse of the soul, or as a consistent worship of the ancient gods of the Materium. And Benevolentia. Belief in the value of human life and freedom, faith in the power of goodwill, capable of overcoming the horrors and dangers of the universe without artificial prohibitions. The desire to seek a common language and a compromise instead of uncompromising destruction. Fireforge says 4 margaritas later, and I'm having a great evening. Welcome back, Fireforge. I may get 4 margaritas myself at some point after I wrap up the stream. Just taking a look at the cool. I guess these are the various factions: Orsians, Explorators, Kazbalaka Mission, Fellowship of the Void, Imperial Navy, and my biography. Interesting. Okay, let's open up our journal and see what we got to do. So chapter 1 is prologue. The prologue's finished by right of blood, and we can read the quest complete for the prologue. Alright. So once again, the beginning started as such. Rogue trader Theodora von Valencius desires to personally meet with the person recently brought aboard her flagship, Us. The storm is brewing over the dynasty, so the Lord Captain has something important to share with her heir, if she'll ever get that chance. Theodora von Valencius and Eldithrad are dead, and Wyvern has been declared the new rogue trader. The newly crowned Lord Captain will face new challenges at the helm of the powerful von Valencius dynasty and protectorate. And now we're in chapter 1. Looking for trouble. Okay. A matter of utter importance has led the interrogator of the Inquisition named Henriks von Kalox to the Reichhead system. The rogue trader's duty as a loyal servant to the Imperium is to find the interrogator and aid him in his mission. Since his whereabouts are currently unknown, it might be easier said than done. So we had the following missions. Land on Ricad Minoris, make contact with the Navis Nobli station, visit Raikadi Philia, the prison planetoid. And then we have some errands. New blood. The crew losses suffered during the pirate raid can be replenished on Ricad Minoris. Machine Spirit Keeper. The void ship requires a new ancient seer who might be found somewhere in the system, and guide. The void ship needs a new navigator. One might be found on the Navis Noblite station. We also have a companion quest here. Argenta asks the rogue trader to talk with her on the ship as soon as the opportunity arises. Better not put it off for too long. And here we are, now Lord Captain of the void ship. Gareth says, me too, Flint. I'm just abusing my computer. Was running a stream over on Water Discord and had a couple of other things running on a second monitor. Nice. Abelard surveys you briskly, but meticulously, as though he is inspecting you for shortcomings. Then he offers a courteous nod. Lord Captain. Let's talk about things that may be useful to me as the rogue trader. Abelard nods approvingly. A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I'm ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you. Outline the situation in the Cronus Expanse for me. What do I need to know and keep in mind? Abelard says, this isn't a topic for an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly, and if you permit, in my own words. Abelard takes a breath and begins. The Cronus Expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. This means that local warp routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble, and in the only major port, Imperial frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels. Until recently, the Cronus Expanse could hardly have been called an Imperial region. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak, but one that allows for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory. The Cronus Expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason. Only rogue traders have sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse, and in the event of a successful outcome, to hold onto whatever they manage to capture on the frontier. I'm going to say, who are the main players I need to be aware of the Cronus Expanse? Abelard says, in the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Cronus Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to local lawlessness. Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers, they wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse. The most powerful of them are Caligos Winterscale and Incendia Bastalcorda. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them. If we were to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, among the scum that dwells on the handful of asteroids, there are three factions that wield considerable influence in the sector. The first is Kazvalika Mission. The Footfall chapter of one of the most successful crime syndicates in the Imperium of Man, founded in the Calexis sector. The Kazvalika Mission negotiates beneficial long-term deals with rogue traders, privateers, pirates, and other treasure seekers, dealing in illicit goods for a cut of the profits. Its speciality is the cold trade of forbidden Xeno artifacts. Organized crime in its most primitive form, it holds sway over the Liege of Footfall and has links to rogue trader Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining Ecclesiarchy, followers of St. Drusus. They are actively building their forces and hold influence over rogue trader Corda. Take a look at this. Followers of the cult of St. Drusus, a legendary hero of the Angevin Crusade, who founded the Calixtus sector for the Imperium of Man. The Drusians believe in continuing mankind's crusade and bringing new worlds into the Imperium's fold. They value asceticism, self-sacrifice, loyalty to the cause, and fearlessness, just as their patron saint once did. And finally, the third faction, the Explorators, a wing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Cronus Expanse. The technological organization, also known as the Priesthood of Mars, which maintains constructs and honors the sacred technologies of humanity. The Adeptus Mechanicus devote themselves to the machine god, the Omnissiah, and the motive force, the source of all knowledge, the embodiment of wisdom, and the animus that empowers all. With elaborate rituals, mechanically augmented priests oversee the fabrication, maintenance, and repair of every device crafted by humanity. Kunrat, our previous master, whispers, "What can you tell me about his betrayal? What do you think he'll do next?" Abelard winces as though from toothache, and he makes no attempt to hide his feelings. "You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art, but when we next find ourselves in a civilized port with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait individual to whom you refer with a hole between the eyes." Conrad Reuter. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight. Abelard frowns for a moment and continues. "We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years. and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash, he was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I'm loath to admit it, but the von Valencia's protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect, but everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake. If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. Thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery, he is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps. That's all for now. As you wish, my Lord Captain. I wish to know more about my Seneschal. As you wish, Lord Captain. What would you like to know? You have a family. I am a widower, Abelard responds demurely. I am a father of 4, and if my information is not outdated, a grandfather of 11. My family lives on Dragonis. None of my children expressed any eagerness or aptitude for serving aboard ship, and I would have hardly insisted they follow in my footsteps. Tell me more about yourself. What were you before you became Theodora's Seneschal? I used to be an officer in the Navis Imperialis, the Imperial Navy. Abelard replies proudly, No, used to be is not quite right. It was not simply a job. It was my calling, the essence of my life. I was proud to serve Lord Captain Theodora, but in my heart and mind, I am still an Imperial officer. I met Lord Captain Theodora on a mission where the Imperial Navy was providing reinforcements to the Rogue Trader's army on one of the frontier worlds. Our acquaintance was not easy. Working with people outside the Navy hierarchy has never been my strong suit. It was my great surprise then that after the mission's completion, I received a referral to leave my service in the Navy and join the Rogue Trader's personal council. It was a difficult choice for me, but I saw in the offer a chance to serve the interests of humanity even more effectively than in the Navis Imperialis. You do not need to tell me just how remarkable a person Lord Captain Theodora was. I recognized her at once as a true leader and formidable creative force, one who had built a protectorate amidst the dangers and wildness of the expanse. Leaving the Imperial Navy is far from easy. Why were you permitted to quit your post? Abelard says you could say there was no one among the naval command who was willing to impede the wishes of the Rogue Trader. To do so would be to risk their own position and their relationship with Theodora. Abelard chuckles. The Lord Captain possessed certain contacts in the Imperial Navy, contacts which she used to request help during the conflict in the border world, and which enabled her to make me an offer that resulted in me joining her retinue. Coercion check succeeded. Abelard seems to crack slightly under your intense stare. The Navis, the Imperial Navy, is an ancient institution with its own mandates and muster lists. On occasion, in the heat of an official briefing or an informal discussion, I violated those rules, determined to press my point. It is challenging to choose the words to accurately express my opinion on a situation or the actions of others that do not sound overly scathing or confrontational. Many in command were inclined to view my manner of speaking as unbefitting a person of my rank. I say, the way you talk about Theodora, I'm beginning to think you were in love with her. What? Abelard appears to have lost the power of speech. Lord Captain, any allegations of improper feelings or unsanctioned relations are utterly baseless, bordering on insulting. He furrows his brow and adds, utterly baseless. Thank you, I have no more questions. I must take my leave until next time, Seneschal. Lord Captain, Abelard gives you a regulation salute. And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a session. We're hitting that time. It's been a good 2 hours here in Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. I've enjoyed my time here. I'm very pleased we were able to win back the Void Ship from Conrad and the Cultists and defeat a Chaos Spawn along the way. And I look forward to a little bit more Rogue Trader here on the channel in the days to come. But tomorrow we are returning back to Faerun, the Forgotten Realms at Baldur's Gate with our adventuring party. That includes Flint Fireforge here, and I cannot wait to finally confront Starrok and pave the way for us to return to begin our journey to Dragonspear. I hope to see you all. I would like to thank all the adventurers who stopped in for this stream, and I look forward to seeing you all here at the Wyvern's Lair very soon. Have a great Saturday, everyone.